Oh man, Dragon Ball DAIMA is getting intense. After weeks of anticipation, the story has finally hit a pivotal moment. Episode 14, titled Taboo, sets the stage for the epic finale as Goku and the others reach the ultimate battleground in the demon world. If the first half of DAIMA was about playful adventures and revisiting Goku's youthful innocence, the second half has completely shifted gears. Now it's a pulse-pounding dive into raw evil and the uncharted chaos of the demon realm. This episode solidifies the series' darker tone, delivering a gripping mix of suspense, action, and deep emotional stakes. So far, DAIMA has masterfully balanced honoring the charm of classic Dragon Ball with daring new ideas. The creative team has seamlessly blended the whimsy of the original series with a bold narrative that explores forbidden power and celestial consequences. At first, some fans doubted the younger Goku concept, thinking it was just a flashy gimmick. But the series has shattered expectations, proving it's so much more. What makes DAIMA truly stand out is its fearless commitment to high-stakes lore paired with deeply personal, character-driven storytelling. Each episode unravels another layer of mystery about the celestial forces, the demon realm's history, the sprawling multiverse, and beyond. The current Supreme Ruler, GMA, has been playing the long game with this slow-burn approach, and while it didn't win over everyone at first, Episode 14 completely flips the script. This episode kicks the door wide open, showing fans that DAIMA knows exactly when and how to turn up the heat. But before diving into why this episode is a game-changer, if you're eager to share your thoughts, theories, and hype, join our Dragon Ball fan community on Discord, Hype's World. It's the ultimate spot to discuss episodes, debate lore, and connect with other fans. Check out the link in the description. Don't miss out. The episode picks up right where the last one left off. As the heroes venture toward the first demon world, Pansy delivers the news that they successfully defeated Tagami No. 2 and secured the Dragon Ball in its grasp. Pearl, clearly relieved, reassures Pansy that everyone is safe, but adds that King Kadan has already set out on his own mission, to steal a plane and reach the demon world. Pansy, however, insists that Goku, Vegeta, and the others are more than capable of handling things on their own, so there's no need for Kadan to worry. Still, I can't help but think it would have been amazing to see Khan step in as reinforcements. Imagine him joining Goku and the team in the first demon world, especially when we know that GMA has rallied his entire army at his castle. Kadan's presence, along with his troops, could have added an extra layer of tension and strategy to the showdown. GMA's forces are set to face off against the invading mortals, while Goku, Vegeta, and the others prepare to take on the ultimate villains, Majin Buu, Ku-Orzu, and GMA himself. Can you imagine the sheer thrill of an Avengers Assemble-style showdown in the finale? That would be nothing short of legendary. Tensions rise when Vegeta's royal pride takes a hit after overhearing Pansy's conversation about King Kadan stealing planes. Pansy defends Kadan, explaining that while they may belong to the royal family, they aren't exactly wealthy. Sensing an opportunity, Bulma jumps in with a proposal. She'll gift them some planes in exchange for Mealite rocks. Honestly, it's not all that surprising. If Bulma gets her hands on some Magalite, she could easily whip up a fleet of planes, making future trips to the demon realm a breeze. Imagine how much easier it'd be for Dragon Ball to revisit the demon realm in upcoming storylines with this upgrade. Meanwhile, Do informs GMA about the arrival of a mysterious Special Forces team. As they march toward the castle lobby, the so-called legendary Special Forces reveal themselves. 5 eccentric fighters who introduce themselves with over-the-top, goofy poses reminiscent of the iconic Ginyu Force. And just like Frieza back in the day, GMA can barely hide his irritation at their absurd theatrics. The first demon world is under tight watch. Despite disabling warp to prevent entry, GMA isn't taking any chances. He's gathered his special forces at the castle just in case someone finds another way in. The special forces mock GMA's paranoia, laughing at the idea of fearing a bunch of kids. But Do shuts them down quickly, reminding them that these kids defeated Majin Buu and 2 of the Tagami. Don't take them lightly, he warns, and rightly so. Predictably, when these special forces finally face Goku and the others, they'll fall into the same trap, underestimating their opponents. They won't take the fight seriously at first, but as Goku and his team start wiping the floor with them, reality will hit. hard. Classic overconfidence, same old story. Meanwhile, Gloril realizes something's wrong with Warp. It's completely inactive. Neva suspects that GMA disabled it to block them from reaching the first demon world, protecting the One-Hour Dragon Ball and the Supreme Demon King. Searching for alternatives, Shin mentions a tunnel that leads to the first demon world, but it's sealed off by a shield of light. Goku, ever fearless, decides to test the shield's strength. Using his power pole, he extends it to strike the shield. But the shield retaliates with a massive bolt of lightning, knocking Goku unconscious and sending him tumbling out of the plane. With no time to waste, Neva steps forward, raising his hand to the sky and beginning to chant a neon spell. The tension is through the roof. GMA wastes no time filling them in on the dire situation. Mortals from the outside realm have breached the demon realm and are closing in fast. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the tension is palpable. A sphere of energy begins to form in Neva's palm, crackling with power. He launches it toward the shield of light above, and the impact causes the shield to change color to an eerie purple. Pansy spots the shield weakening and notes that it's starting to fade. As the top shield crumbles, Neva works his magic again, opening a second shield at the bottom, the one connecting to the third demon world. Meanwhile, Goku regains consciousness and quickly returns to the group. With the tunnel now open, the team can travel to the first demon world without further obstacles. Piccolo, ever the curious one, questions Neva about the origins of the shield. "Did you place it there long ago?" he asks. Neva confirms with a solemn nod, revealing that he created the shield to protect the second demon world during a time of chaos. Ruffians from the third demon world and warriors from the first demon world had made peaceful living impossible. This shocking revelation leaves everyone stunned. Who would have guessed that Neva was the architect of these seemingly impenetrable shields? He explains that this was one reason the Neons abandoned the demon realm for the outside world. They needed a way to block free passage and maintain some semblance of peace. But the real bombshell? Neva's age. Shin recalls that the shields were put in place when he was just a child, and he's been in the outside world for over 10 million years. That means Neva is at least 10 million years old, if not more. This raises serious questions. Do Neons even live that long? Could Neva have drained the life energy of other Neons? Or perhaps he wished for immortality from the Dragon Balls eons ago? Even Piccolo remarks that Neva's feats are far beyond what any normal Neon could achieve. He's truly a legendary Neon, Piccolo muses. Neva, however, brushes it off with a laugh, skillfully dodging any further explanation about his powers. With no time to waste, the gang heads to the first demon world. But something about Neva's past still lingers in the air, leaving an unsettling mystery behind. Meanwhile, Do senses something strange unfolding in the distance. Do senses something strange in the atmosphere, but can't quite figure out what it is. Suddenly, the scene shifts to a local mart where the so-called legendary special forces make a grand entrance, only to start buying potato chips. In an unexpected twist, Majando, Do, and Ku are also in the mart, stocking up on chocolates. They can't help but marvel at the special forces loading up on ridiculous amounts of chips. In a surprising act of generosity, the Force Captain Kadum decides to buy a mountain of food and chocolates for Do and Ku, leaving the duo grinning ear to ear. But their joy is cut short at the billing counter when they discover they're short on money. Instead of buying the entire stock, they manage to snag just 2 chocolates for the pair. Despite the small gesture, Do and Ku are thoroughly impressed and leave the mart in good spirits. While the scene may feel unnecessary at first glance, it's clear that the creators are laying some groundwork. This bit of quirky interaction makes these characters feel more familiar so that when they appear on the battlefield, they aren't complete strangers. Meanwhile, Arzu also notices that the shields have been taken down. Back with the gang, their struggle intensifies as they hit turbulent air pressure after entering the tunnel. The plane's reactors fail, and no matter how much Gloril tries, the plane won't slow down. Piccolo, ever the strategist, suggests abandoning the plane and flying through the tunnel instead, as it will eventually lead them to the first demon world sky. A bit of comedic relief lightens the tension when Bulma panics about being the only one who doesn't know how to fly. Hughes starts to worry, thinking he'll have to carry her, but both Bulma and Vegeta quickly shut down his concerns. The dynamic between Vegeta and Bulma is truly entertaining. There's such a spark between them. As Gloril opens the door, the group begins to exit the plane, flying out one by one. Since Bulma can't fly, Vegeta carries her in his arms with a mix of pride and subtle annoyance. Meanwhile, the plane crashes onto the surface, catching the attention of two Demon World soldiers. Using their binoculars, the soldiers confirm what they feared. Goku and his team have made it through the tunnel and into the first Demon World. Wasting no time, they relay the news to Do, who broadcasts it on screen for GMA. The look of sheer terror and disbelief on GMA's face is a moment of pure satisfaction. You can practically feel the tension rising as GMA barks out orders, demanding his soldiers attack with everything they have. And just like that, the episode comes to a nail-biting end. The next episode, titled The Third Eye, promises to be a game-changer. From the preview, we see Goku and his team locked in an intense battle against the legendary Special Forces. This fight is shaping up to be the group's first major clash in the first Demon World, and it's bound to set the tone for the fiery battles ahead. But perhaps the most intriguing moment from the preview is a fleeting flashback. A young Dabura holding a mysterious key with a crest shaped like an eye at the top. What could it mean? Episode 15 might finally shed light on the Third Eye, diving into its origins, its purpose, and how it works. Whatever the explanation, this upcoming episode looks like it's going to be absolutely pivotal. This episode delivers a rich blend of action and lore, giving us deeper insight into the Demon Realm's intricate hierarchy and the fascinating history of its most infamous figures. For fans eager to explore more about Dabura's character and his connections to the multiverse's darker forces, this episode is an absolute treat. Episode 14 of Dragon Ball DAIMA feels like a perfectly timed payoff for all the careful build-up we've seen so far.